Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Finding Mel, where you guys get to follow along with me and see a part of my life as I start this journey and continue this journey of self-discovery and self-exploration and healing and spiritual growth after years of trauma and abuse and just living life. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Before we get started today, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. With that being said, I really want to share with you guys something that I feel compelled and called to share with you guys. This has been something that's been on my mind for a couple months now, like 3-4 months maybe. But it wasn't until recently that I felt like, compelled to share this with you. One thing you'll learn, as we go further along, is that I don't often share things unless God says, hey, share this. This could possibly be of help to someone else. And then I'll make a video and I'll share it. So that's why there's not a lot of videos right now. But anyway, before we get started, I want to read to you out of the Bible. I have my handy dandy Bible right here. I love my Bible. And I know it's filled with notes and everything. And one day I'll do a Bible walkthrough. That'll be fun. But right now I want to read to you out the Bible, this particular verse, and then we'll go into what I learned and what I want to say. So we're going to read out of Luke chapter 5. We're going to start at verse 18. So it says, "And behold, some men were bringing on a bed a man who was paralyzed, and they were seeking to bring him in and lay before Jesus. But finding no way to bring him in because of the crowd, they went up on the roof and let him down with his bed through the tiles into the midst before Jesus. And when he saw their faith, he said, 'Man, your sins are forgiven you.'" So, wow. Basically, let's break this down. Basically, this guy was paralyzed. He was sick. He was paralyzed and he could not walk because they carried him on a bed, obviously. And what friends does this man have? I need more friends like this guy's friends in my life. They were determined that he was going to see Jesus and he was going to be healed. And when they could not get to Jesus through option A, they were like, okay, we got to find some other way to do it. They made that happen. And for me, I was like, wow, this guy has some true friends. These are some real friends. And if you are anything like me, growing up, your parents or your guardian, whomever, might have said to you, be careful of the company you keep. And when we're teenagers, we're growing up, we don't take any heed to that because it's like, these are my friends. And even though they might not be the best influence, they're my friends. And especially because you just told me that you necessarily don't like them, they're going to be my best friend. That's going to be my sister. We're going to hang out all the time because we're teenagers and that's what we do. And hopefully as we get older, we start to take heed of our parents' words. Well, one reason we can always take that, and it's usually said in such a negative way, be careful of the company you keep. Usually when someone says that to you, it's this person is a bad influence, this person is a negative person, this person's into some things that you might not want to be associated with. But how about we flip that? Let's flip that to the positive of the crowd you keep. Well, this guy, this paralyzed guy, he had some awesome friends. Like I said, I need friends like that in my life. I want friends who don't just want to go out and party and hang out and drink and carouse and, do all sorts of sinful things. I want friends that are going to pray with me. I want friends that when I can't pray, because we've all been there when we just can't, no matter how hard and we want to, and we're laying in our beds in a dark room and haven't showered in 2 days. And we're like, I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray my way out of this depression. I'm going to pray my way out of this anxiety. I'm going to pray my way out of this problem that I'm going through. And we just can't. We just don't have it in. I know I've been there. I've been there where I just can't do anything but lay in a dark, quiet, musty, stinky room and be all up in my feelings. I want friends that are going to be like, girl, I got you. I got you, girl. You can't pray today, but I got you because I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to come into your room and you just lay there. You lay there, you do you, but I'm going to sit here and I'm going to lay hands and I'm going to pray with you. You know, that's the type of friends that I need in my life. I don't know about y'all, but that's the type of friends I want. So when it says, you know, be careful of the crowd you keep, also, like, think about it. Do we want friends who are, you know, and it's okay. Like, don't get me wrong. It's okay to cut loose every once in a while. It's okay to go out, have girls' night, have a couple drinks. But what truly is your circle? Like, are they all about that and not about the other? No, like, I love having, you know, a prayer group, and I love my women's Bible study group. And I love having other female friends that I can just sit and talk about godly things with, who get it. And sometimes I'll be like, girl, let's pray. You know, like, even we can even take it a step further in relationships. Like, I'm single. And if you follow my channel, you know I'm single and I'm trying to find love and it ain't happening. And at this point, I need Jesus. I'm not dating again. I'm not dating. Jesus is going to have to come down, sit beside me on my bed and be like, Mel, my homeboy trying to holler, because I'm not doing it. Nope. It's nothing but trash truck juice and dog water out there. But anyway, one thing that I want in my future husband, I want us to be able to pray together. I want him to pray for me, and I want, you know, to be able to pray for him. And because that's the relationship I want. It's prayer. Prayer works. I want to share in our faith together. Like, a lot of people are like, I have some friends who are either non-believers or maybe not as strong, or where they, you know, where I am in my faith. And they're like, well, you know, you're cutting off a whole group of men by putting this religious qualification on your type. I'm not. I need that communing. It's, once again, be careful of the company you keep. I'm a Christian. This is how I lead my life. This is what I believe to be true. And I need my husband to be on the same page as that. Okay? When we arguing and I done made you a cold bologna sandwich because I'm mad at you because you forgot our anniversary, I don't want you to turn to your homeboys, okay? I don't want you to turn to the streets. I don't want you to turn to the strip club. I don't want you to turn to the game. I don't want you to turn to anything else because I'm giving you a hard time. I need you to turn to God, okay? Because God's going to lead you in how to fix you forget my anniversary. I pray that don't happen, because don't let that happen. But you feel what I'm saying? Like, I need you to have that I need you to be on the same time that I'm on. So, you know, it's always good to be equally yoked, not only in a relation, like in a marriage, but with your friendships as well. Like, be equally yoked. Like, I need my friends to encourage me to continue leading the life that I feel like God has set forth for me. And by, you know, encourage me, like, when I'm getting ready to fall, when I'm getting ready to stumble, be like, yo, Mel, let me remind you. And not in a judgmental sort of way, but in a, I got your back and I want you to go to heaven too. And I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted. I have friends who, you know, are different religions and different beliefs. I have friends who don't have religious and different beliefs. Now, don't get it twisted on this one. We won't go into that. I need you to be careful of who your friends are. Be careful what they're doing. Because I'm not going to lie to you. I have friends who are Muslim. I have friends who are Catholic. I have friends who are agnostic. I can't do, I'm going to be honest, I can't do them devil worshipers. I can't do them crystal people. I can't do I can't. I'm sorry. And I hate to be that person. I really do, but I can't, because I don't need all of that energy brought onto me. Because I'm not going to lie to you, when you have those people and those things around you, like, I don't do sage, I don't do crystals, we not chanting up in here, we not doing that. I serve Jesus Christ. I serve God Almighty, okay? That's who we serve up in this house. So when you trying to come up in here with all of that evilness, I don't need that. I don't. Nope. Get thee behind me, Satan. I'm breaking out my oils and my holy water, and I'm bathing in it, because I don't want none of that running off on me. Because in my moment of weakness, I don't want the devil, I don't want Satan to have an opening. And when you play with certain things like that, the devil has that opening. You know what I mean? Like, I tell people all the time, be careful what you do. Be careful of the music you listen to. Be careful of the movies you watch. Because you start opening up portals and stuff, and you don't even realize that you opening these things up into your life. And yes, things may be going good because I don't know how, like the crystal people, I don't know how y'all do it. No offense to any crystal people. But, you start rubbing crystals on yourself or setting up your crystal altars or whatever y'all do, and things might start, feeling good. And I have many people who are like, well, it's new age, but I'm still a Christian. No, baby, because you have idolized, you have started worshiping these things. And my God said you cannot worship no other God but me. My God's a jealous God like that. So when you start doing all that and, proclaiming to be Christians, you're opening up portals and you're opening up ways for the devil to get in. And yeah, he's going to entice you. He's going to entice you and be like, listen, you want that, you want that Mercedes? I got you. And you're like, oh, God is blessing me. That's not God, that's the devil. Because once he gets you where he wants you to be, then he starts. When he got that grip, then he starts. I'm telling you, watch. Okay? Watch. Don't believe me. Do you? I'm just saying. So be careful of what you invite around you and what you invite. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all, and I'm not going to get too deep into it. Be careful what you invite into your home. Be careful, it was a thing. And I think I don't know if it's still a thing, but I know it was a thing a while ago that, sage, you buy a new house or you move into a new house or whatever, you sage it. Why are we saging? And God, no, listen, when I move into a new place, I pray. I might anoint every, doorway with some holy oil, but I pray to God over it. God don't need that sage. He don't need that extra help. You be careful who you invite into your home. That's why I don't invite everybody. I have very little people that I've invited into my home. I will cut you off at the doorway. We're going to talk. We're going to have a whole hour conversation at my front door, because I have not invited you in, because I don't like your spirit, because I don't need you infecting my home, my peace. My home is my sanctuary and my peace, and I don't need you infecting that with whatever demonic spirit you might be carrying that is attached to you. I'm sorry. You really want to come in that bed? Let me pray over you. Let me pray to Lord Jesus Christ over you, and then you can come in my house. And it's, one day I'll go deeper into, this. But for right now, I'm just saying, be careful of the company you keep and what they're doing. And how is that a positive for you? I say all the time, like, God told me to stop listening to certain music, because it started opening up portals and I'm wondering, why am I I went through a season where it was a hard season. It was nothing but tornadoes and hurricanes and earthquakes in this season. It was back to back to back to back. And then I started realizing it's the company I'm keeping. It's the people I'm surrounding myself with, where they're not good for me. Not only that, it's the music I'm listening to. I was like, especially in the midst of that season, I was listening to nothing but Beyonce and Cardi. And I love me some Cardi. Don't get me wrong. I loved me some Cardi. Cardi was my girl. Like, I loved Cardi. But there was this one Beyonce song, and I was just listening to it, and I was watching the video, and I was listening to it like constantly, 24/7. I love this Beyonce song. And God was like, Mel, you gotta let that go. Let it go. And then, I thought back. I didn't listen. When God said let it go, I was like, okay, God, you calling me to do this. I'm letting it go. Nope, not on my Apple Music. And I started thinking back to the video for this particular song and the imagery that was in it. And something made me look up one of the images, and it was um, some type of demonic god or something. And I started thinking about like the beat and the words. I'm saying words in the songs that I don't even know what they mean. I don't know what I'm calling upon myself. I'm singing the words to the song because it's in the song and I like the song, but I don't know what I'm calling upon myself. I don't know what I'm washing over myself. And I'm slowly, brainwashing myself with this, what I consider demonic music. So it had to go. And that's why we need to be careful of what we watch. Same thing with a lot of these scary movies and everything. We got to be careful on what we watch. We got to be careful on what we listen to. My grandmama always said, don't let everybody pray for you. Don't everybody people like, oh, you going through it. Let me pray with you, sister. Let me play with you. No, thank you. I appreciate you. You go over there. Because I don't know who or what you praying to, and I don't know who or what you praying about. And I need to make sure I stay covered. And people will say, well, especially non-believers, and y'all know the types of non-believers I'm talking about, those ones that want to argue and debate. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not arguing or debating nobody over my beliefs. I'm just not. It's not happening. So if you're looking for an argument, if you're looking for a debate, go to someone else's channel, because Melly Mel ain't doing it. But those people will say, well, it shouldn't affect you if you're God. No, sometimes we are weak. We are weak in spirit. We are weak in faith. And at those weak times, I don't need whatever portals that you have invited into your life to step and have access into my life, because I had a moment of weakness. We not doing that up in here. Like I said, we serve God up in here. Okay. So just, be careful. This is why your friends and the company you keep is important. And don't go believing just because someone can speak in tongues, just because someone reads their Bible, just because you sit three people over in church from them, that they have, look at how they lead their lives and if they have a pure heart. Because I'm going to tell you, devil be up in church every Sunday. You ain't heard that from me, though. But the devil be up in church every Sunday, looking, searching, waiting. So don't think just because, you met this person in church, or you met this person in your online Bible study, or you met this person on your Clubhouse Bible study, or you saw this person in Starbucks studying their Bible. Don't think that this person, you gotta, pray about it. Pray. And that's one thing that I'm really learning, and I'm focusing, and I'm trying to constantly, remember, is that before I meet someone and invite someone into my life. And I don't mean just on a relationship man-woman level. I'm talking friends, associates, whatever. Before I meet, God, is this someone I should be associated with? We constantly have to pray to God and ask him for guidance, and ask him for wisdom, and ask him, to say, listen, is this someone that is good for me and good for my spirit? Because you'll have people praying on you, and listen, snakes. What my grandma used to say, snakes in the tall grass. There'll be snakes in the tall grass, something like that she used to say. Basically, you'll have snakes out there waiting. They'll be sitting there waiting to pounce right on you. You gotta break them chains, break them. Pray about it. Say, God, is this person? And it don't have to be a quick. A lot of times, so many people think, and I'm one of those people. I grew up in a predominantly African American Baptist church. Okay, it was speaking in tongues. The closing prayer took 3.5 hours. So when I came back to Christ and I gave my life back to the Lord, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I don't pray how I grew up hearing my elders pray. That was what I was accustomed to. And I have learned a quick prayer. God, I just met, Tamika over there. Is she cool? And until God gives me a sign, until God tells me, Tamika, cool? Nope, sorry. Now, once he says yay or nay, then I act. But until then, I'm sorry. God didn't tell me you were okay yet. And that's what, for me, that's what I have to do, because I'm not the best at picking friends or partners. But that's what I have to do. You know, I don't care if Tamika loves the color pink, because I love the color pink. I don't care if Tamika does her Bible study every day. I don't care that Tamika and I have children the same age. I don't care that Tamika is a huge Grey's Anatomy's fan and Christina is her person. I don't care about any of that. I need to know, does God feel like you need to be in my life? And sorry, Tamika, if God said you can't be in my life, you can't be in my life. That God said, and it doesn't necessarily mean you are a bad person. It just means you can't be in my life. I'm not questioning God. I'm not gonna be like, God, well, why? Why can't me and Tamika be friends? Nope. I don't need to know why. Why not? I just, just pray. Always pray for discernment. Just always pray for discernment in any situation, and God will not stir you wrong. He will never leave you nor forsake you. That's all I can say about that. So, I just really want to share, be careful of the company you keep. Just, and some people say it's possible to have friends of a different faith. It is. I have two of my cousins are Muslim. I love my cousins to death. We are like this close. We're more like sisters than we are cousins. Love them to death. I'm not saying that you can't have friends who are of different faiths or different stages of their faith journey. What I'm saying is be careful. I've had other friends who were in some things and I tried to look the other way, and I had to realize that slowly what they were into was starting to have a negative impact on my life. What they were into and what they were doing in the spirit that they carried around themselves was starting to have a negative impact on my life. And it was actually a very close friend. And unfortunately, that friendship had to end. Not just for that reason, but that friendship had to end. But, I wish you well, and I pray that you find your way back to Jesus. And that's it. I'm not going to talk stuff. I'm not going to constantly, because sometimes, and people say, well, just pray for him, pray for him, pray for him, pray for him. Continue praying. No. Listen, I said that one prayer, God, protect her, bring her back to you. And I'll leave it at that. Because I'm not trying to do no witchcraft up in here. When we constantly do things and we constantly say, God, do this, it becomes like weird. It becomes unhealthy. And that's not what God wants us to do. God's like, I got this. Thank you for praying for it. I got this. You ain't got to keep going like, oh my God. No. You ain't got to do all that. And then that's how we kind of open the door for these portals, is we start mistaking and confusing God with someone who he is not. You want to do all that. You want to control another person's, another person. You want to control their beliefs. You want to control what they do. Then you need to go over there, because God don't do that. God said you have free will to do what you choose to do. If you choose to follow the right path, you choose to follow my path. He loves us. He loves you whether you follow a different path. But, he gives you that choice. So I'm praying about it one time. God, just protect her and lead her back to you. But I'm not going to, start, obsessing over it, because that's not healthy. You need to be focused on you and your relationship with God. Just as, and I tell people all the time, this is my relationship with God. These are things that God has told me. This is the path that God has led me down. And I'm going to pray for you and I love you, but I need to be focused on my path and my journey. I don't, that's all I'm saying. So be careful of the friends you keep. Be careful of the circle, because your friends matter. Just like we just read, those were some bomb friends. Okay. They were bomb. And I hope and pray that God blesses me with friends who had that type of faith and that type of care and that type of concern for their friend, that they were like, you getting to see this man one way or another. I need those types of friends. I want those types of friends. If you are that type of friend, shoot me an inbox, because I need you, and I'm gonna pray first and be like, God, is this my new friend? Or whatnot. But I need those types of friends, because, it's nothing stronger than to come together as friends and pray together and pray for each other and pray for other people and just, commune with each other. And I think that is such a beautiful thing. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please, comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you want to be my friend, also send a comment. But don't forget to like and subscribe, and head on over to Instagram. Oh my goodness. Head on over to Instagram. Finding Mel 63 over on Instagram. I post daily over there, and I post a lot of like Bible studies, and I post a lot of scriptures and just helpful things, and I share a little bit of my life with you guys there too. So anyway, it's been wonderful. And if your kids went back to school today, pray over them kids. Bless them, anoint them from their head to the bottom of their feet, because it's already, our kids went back to school today. Is day 2. Day 2, our kids where I live have gone back to school, and it's already been some stuff. So make sure you keep them babies covered. Pray over them before they leave the house. Pray over that school bus, because it's going to be a year. I can already tell. Anyway, smooches. See you guys later.